Man, y'all won't believe how many times I've already recorded this. It's insane. This office design right here has been a long time coming, but I knew going into the process of designing this space, I didn't want to spend a ton of money to do so, because at the end of the day, the aesthetic and the way that these YouTube videos look is just a cherry on top. It doesn't really matter. Y'all care about the value in the videos, but if you want a space that looks aesthetic, something that's functional, something that you feel comfortable sitting and editing, I went on Amazon and I found some really cool accessories that you can pick up that are awesome, that are great quality, especially for the price budget, because I believe in saving this money. So if you pick these things up, you'll love them. It's some decor, it's some desk accessories as well. It's a lot. Let's get into this video though. I don't want to waste too much of y'all time. The first item is the baby pin plate, and this is coming in at $12.95. This thing right here has literally saved my freaking life. My office before the one that I'm currently in was the entire bottom floor of my house, which means it was massive. I had a whole gaming setup in there. I had a huge desk. I had a futon. It was just a great office space. But when I moved into this one right here, which is like a 9x9 square, I didn't have all of this floor space to have all of these different light stands. And the baby pin plate has literally saved me so much space. Essentially, it's just a baby pin plate. You screw it into studs into the wall, and you're able to mount whatever you want into those. So if you want to put lights on the wall, you can do that. If you want to put cameras on the wall, you can do that. You can put microphones on the wall. Whatever you don't want on the floor on the stand, you can literally put it on a baby pin plate and it will save you so much freaking space. Like right now in the shot right now, above this shelf in the background, I have a light up there. And you can see it's giving me a little bit of a kicker light right there. Something little that adds to the aesthetic. And it's cool because the background is seamless and you didn't even know it was a light back there, which is dope. I got a couple of these mounted around the office. They hold different lights. If I want to mount accessories, if I want to do overhead shots, I can just mount my camera to these baby pin plates that are into the wall. These are awesome. They're extremely cheap as well. The installation process isn't that daunting. But one thing to keep in mind is that these don't come with screws. So if you do pick these up, you're gonna have to head to Lowe's and pick some screws up to drill into studs into the wall. If you do have a space that you own and you're able to drill holes into the wall, I highly recommend you picking these up. They save so much freaking space. The next office accessory that I found on Amazon is this really cool wall art back here. The wall art itself is coming in at $55.99, and this is for 3 pieces of art, unframed. The 2 frame set that I have the artwork in came in at $63. Now I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Before I started this video, I was thinking like, all right, I'm gonna pick these items up just to give y'all some ideas of what y'all can do in y'all creative space. But I'm gonna probably just take these off my wall and repurpose them in another place in my house. But I honestly don't mind these. I love the fact that it's abstract art and it's not a landmark that we all see. How many times have you went into somebody's house and you see photos of the Eiffel Tower or photos of the Brooklyn Bridge that came from a large manufacturer like IKEA? It feels so generic, and I feel like with these abstract art pieces, they're cool. They don't really bother me that much. I chose this darker art piece and I also chose this lighter art piece. I feel like they just fit the aesthetic and color palette of the office really well. But like I said, it comes with 3 of these. Another thing that I really like about these art pieces is that the quality of these prints are amazing. They're something that I've never seen before. It's almost like a woven pattern. Another thing that I really like about the quality of these art pieces is that it's not extremely reflective. If you're gonna be filming around lights like I do in my office, you don't want prints that reflect light because you're gonna see all of the different light everywhere. And you can see I got a lamp right next to this print and it's absolutely no reflection at all, which is awesome. I like these. I also think that these frames are really dope as well. So if I do get tired of these art pieces, I could just print out some high quality prints of some photography that I've done myself and then just swap those out inside of those frames. The next office accessory that I found on Amazon is this really cool shelf, and this is coming in at $42. I love shelves, man. I feel like they're so simple, but they add a lot to any space. They allow you to be expressive. You can decorate them however you want with whatever you want. You can throw books on them, different memorabilia, anything you want to display in your space. A shelf just allows you to do that. This one right here was super clean. The process of putting it together was extremely easy. And I feel like shelves shouldn't be as expensive as they are. I see some people using shelves in their creative spaces and they like $800, and I'm like, why? It's literally just a couple boards to just hold stuff on top of. I feel like shelves should cost this amount of money. Another really cool thing about having shelves in your space is that they can also double as storage. If you have a ton of different lenses and you want to display them in a cool aesthetic way, you can just throw them on the shelf. The next office accessory that I found on Amazon is this Anker MagSafe charger, and this is coming in at $109. Before I had this MagSafe charger right here, I had a simple plastic one that I got off of Amazon for extremely cheap. And to be completely honest, it did the job. I didn't really mind it. I think that it had a huge footprint and it was kind of ugly, but it did charge my devices. But since I got the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I no longer have that lightning connection to my phone, so I had to pick something up. So I'm like, okay, let me invest a little bit more money for something that looks a little bit better. And this thing right here has exceeded all of my expectations. I love this MagSafe charger because it charges everything all in one. So my Apple Watch, my AirPods, my iPhone, I could just throw all of these in this one central space and it'll charge everything off of one USB-C cable. Another really cool thing I like about this MagSafe charger is that it folds up. So if I ever want to use this while I'm traveling, I can just take it off my desk, take a USB-C cable with me, and then when I get to my hotel, I can set everything up and have all of my stuff charging in one central space. It's cool, it's clean, I like it, it fits the aesthetic of the office. I think that this is a good pickup, especially for the price. Now I know we're talking about office accessories, but what if you had unlimited access to over 1 million stock assets to spice up whatever edit you're working on? Well, you actually can do that with Storyblocks. Whether I need stock audio, stock video clips, stock music, motion templates, motion backgrounds, and motion titles, Storyblocks is the place that I go to. Really cool thing about Storyblocks is that with an unlimited plan, you can download and use as many of these assets as you want on whatever you want because they're all royalty free. Storyblocks also supports all of the major editing platforms for the motion templates that they offer. So whether you use Final Cut Pro 10, DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Premiere Pro, or Adobe After Effects, they got you covered on all fronts. If you're looking for unlimited access to over 1 million stock assets for your video projects, head down to the description below and click that link. Pick up an unlimited plan, you will not be disappointed. Let's get back into these accessories. The next office accessory that I found on Amazon that I just absolutely love is this BenQ screen bar halo, and this is coming in at $170. This is essentially just a desk lamp, but it doesn't utilize any of that real estate that you have on a desk. I love the aesthetic and the ambience that a desk lamp brings, but I just didn't have the space for one, and this right here solves that problem. One thing that I absolutely love about this screen bar halo is that it's bicolor, so I can match the ambience of whatever color temperature is happening in the room. Throughout the morning, throughout the day, I can have it set to daylight tone, but through the night, when I have my lamps and all my practicals that are set to a warm tone, I can also set my desk lamp to that warm tone as well. Another really cool thing about the screen bar halo is that it not only lights up the surface of the desk, but it has light on the back, so you can also light up a wall that might be behind your desk as well to match that ambience. I like this thing, I think that it's really dope. The next office accessory that I found on Amazon is this little storage bin, and this comes in at 40 bucks. Now, what I will say about this is that the photos on the listing, I felt like the drawers were hardwood, but they turned out to be like mesh material. But I actually don't mind it, and I like this a little bit more. I'm a person who gets a ton of different packages in, being a YouTuber, things for sponsorships, things from different brands, and a lot of stuff just ends up on my desk. Different knickknacks, ND filters, Allen wrenches, different parts of a rig that I'm building. It makes my setup extremely messy, and the fact that I have this little storage right next to my desk just allows me to throw all of these things in a bin and clean up the space. Right now I got it filled with books, I got it filled with different knickknacks, SSDs, things that I need at arm's reach, and I can just throw them in a drawer and close it and not have to look at none of it. One really cool thing about this one that I picked up though is that it has this area on top, so I can also display memorabilia here. When I'm done using my laptop, I can just store it right there. If I have a candle lit in the office, I can set it on top of that. I think that it doubles as storage, but it also has this really cool area as well. The next office accessory that I found on Amazon is this desk mat, and this is coming in at $8. Now, I'll be completely honest, before I had this desk mat, I was a person who didn't really like them. I thought that the color of them kind of broke up the color of the desk in a weird way. So I would just use my mouse on my desk bare until I realized that it was literally destroying my desk. I had different scrapes from rubbing my mouse all over my desk. It was starting to lose its color. So I picked one of these up, and I will literally never go back. I need a desk mat, and the fact that this one is $8 is awesome. So this is like a leather material. I've been using this for over a year, and it has not deteriorated at all. It hasn't lost any of its color, hasn't got scraped, scratched, anything. This is awesome, especially for the price. Now I picked up this black color, but they do have a ton of different other color options, so you can go as crazy and as wild as you want. But for $8, if you don't have one, I think that this is like one of those must-have things. You might as well pick it up. And the last and final office accessory that I found on Amazon is this cleaning putty, and this is coming in at $6. I don't know about y'all, but my freaking keyboard gets disgusting. I get freaking dust in it, snacks in it, like crumbs. It just becomes, you know, really dirty sometimes. And I don't want to always have a can of air on hand, but this cleanup putty right here allows me to clean my keyboard in probably the best way that I've found to date. All you got to do is just take off a piece of it and roll it over your keyboard, all of the little crevices, and it cleans all of that up. But it doesn't only clean keyboards, it literally cleans everything. If you have a dusty space, you can just roll this putty over top of it and it'll clean all of that up. One really good thing about this putty is that it does not leave residue. So you don't have to worry about whatever you're using this on getting slimy or sticky or anything like that. If you do end up picking this up, one thing to keep in mind is that this thing is not cleanable. Usually with like these sticky materials, you're able to use them and then you can rinse them, and then once they get dry, they'll become sticky again. That's not the case with this. If you do pick this up, just break off a little piece to clean whatever area you're using, and then once you're done with it, just go ahead and throw it in the trash. That way you don't have to take out the entire putty, roll it over everything that you need to clean up, and then it just be completely grimy and disgusting and dirty. But that's that, man. If you guys want me to make more videos like this, the best way to let me know is to drop a like on this video. You can head out to the comment section below and let me know what was your favorite item in this video as well. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. But with that being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace.